waking up from a situation, waking up to the realization that they were doing things wrong, or the realization that things could change, things could start anew, and things will work out again. And it's very much like a person opening a door to a new room. What you have is a person entering a new state of mind. And if you ever see a door at the end of the film, it is almost always, I'd say 99% of the time, representational of an awakening. I don't know what like dream symbols are, I'd have to look it up, but I'd be willing to bet that maybe the door represents an awakening in a dream, because I've noticed that at the end of every film with a door, it's a character awakening to a new state. The sixth kind of way a film can end is a life-death bridge. And forgive me, because this is a very broad category, and it's so far-reaching that it features babies, eggs, cemeteries, cadavers, young children beholding a situation of change, and it allows us to behold a character that enters into life or exits life. Either someone has just died in the final shot, or there's a baby that is entering the new world, entering the world that is ours. And I beg you to think of a film that doesn't feature that, or any of these other endings, or this seventh ending, which is a category I'd like to call the breaking of the fourth wall, which is a character spiking the camera. This is a very infamous example of a breaking of the fourth wall. It is, it's a very old film. Homaged in Goodfellas, actually, in a very similar way. It is a character pretty much confronting the viewer in some way. I heard Inglourious Basterds does this in a very interesting fashion. It provides an example that there is a life outside the film, that these are all characters. You're going to see a lot of curtains in these kinds of endings, characters bowing, or characters, of course, spiking the camera. And this was another one of those things that, like an awakening, I wasn't sure how approached infinity, but I've gotten to thinking about it, that a character beholding another character, spiking the camera, is almost like placing two mirrors up against one another, like facing each other. There's this constant repetition of, I don't know how I'm going to finish this sentence, but something about it seems very infinite, and it suggests that the movie continues on outside the film, because the film was just an illusion. I got to watching the ends of TV shows to see if these kind of things held up with television programs, and of course I saw a lot of Rose. I stumbled onto the end of The Golden Girls. I guess this is the season finale of the Golden Girls series, the whole series. She leaves for good to go to Florida or something to start life with a man. And I got to thinking, wow, what an almost unsatisfying ending. How did this film achieve one of the 7 endings? How does this... It's almost a little bit too sad. And I got to, I made myself rewatch the clip to see if I could find one of these 7 endings, and I watched Bea Arthur leaving, and I noticed that right before she leaves, she darts a look at the camera. And I'm really curious as to whether that was scripted or not. It almost seems entirely necessary to do that. Yeah, I thought that was almost spooky. My respects to her since she's just died, but I thought that was very interesting. I didn't mention it, I don't think, verbally with the life-death bridge, but a kiss, or a male and female united in union with the suggestion that they will procreate, is also a life-death bridge for my purposes. Here we have the end of the Disney film, well, I'll just say a Disney film, I don't want to ruin it. But, we have an obvious impression of the heavens active at work. We have a kiss with almost the absolute intimation that there's going to be kids on the way. We have them approach the heavens, pretty much disappear into the moon, which doesn't make much sense. We have there the genie threatening, here we go again. I don't know if you can tell without audio, but he's cackling as if a bad guy has taken over the moon or something. He's about to come back. He's threatening it, here we go again. And just like clockwork, Genie comes in, spikes the camera, as if to make this ending like totally awesome. Like that's a butt show. Oh, I think I stopped the DVD. With my excitement. Second one? Yeah, I thought that's a great ending. Disney's really good about their endings. I don't even know what film this is. I found this on YouTube. Perfect image of a road, an ocean, and the heavens all at work. It's a solid ending. I love it. I think it's a Japanese film. Sonic the Hedgehog. We have this film ending where it began, the first level. We have an ocean, we have the stream of light in the form of a waterfall, flying characters, and Sonic spiking the camera. Spiking the camera, no less pausing an image of flight. Film from 1998. We have an awakening, a life-death bridge, and here Robin Williams indicates that it's all going to happen again. He said, the son of a bitch stole my line. And a road. That's a superb ending. We've touched infinity a multitude of times in that short amount of time. French film, very good one actually. We have a child, pretty much, there's an awakening going on. He's realizing something. He's also spiking the camera in front of the ocean over a freeze frame, which secures this as an infinite impression of infinity. I don't have a category for freeze frames because they're so extremely common and they simply seem to be the cherry on top of all other endings, keeping what we're given in a state of perfect eternity. Here we have an ocean, a young person beholding a couple, no doubt carrying on the stream of life, confronting the camera. Here, very classic film. You're going to see a lot of images of flames and burning and smoke rising at the end of films. This is very much in the spirit of letting the story go to the heavens. We have a sign here, an indication that the secret will be lost yet again. There's a secret in this film. And a final shot almost pretty much reminding us that this story is transcendent. It's moving off screen. It's going where we can't see it, to an upper realm. That's the essential nature of almost any film ending. Another classic film featuring an awakening between a man and a woman who will no doubt carry on the stream of life. He's just asked her to light up a cigarette too. We've got a lot of smoke going on there. Will you be happy, Charlotte? Don't ask for the moon. We have the stars. What does that mean? Why is the shot going to the heavens? Except but to obtain infinity. Which movies, the motion picture, not the static image, seem to somehow promise. And why is there an ocean there? Why is there a boat there in an ocean? What are these? What is it with movies? Why are they so hell-bent on delivering these things? Classic ending rocked my life at the time. A lot of these flying creatures have just been freed from the evil clutches of an evil character. And this sleeping character, I won't give it away, is dreaming the entire game that we just played. It's a textbook awakening, suggesting that there are, when he goes to sleep again, ever more opportunities to awaken from a new state. This could be a dream, is the indication with an awakening. Mega Man 4, I'm gonna spoil it. You'll never beat it. We have a skull. I don't know if that means a lot. Life Death Bridge. We have Mega Man, who just escaped by means of flight seconds ago, and we have Mega Man on a train. Why is he on a train? He's no doubt got some kind of motorbike or something. Why is his helmet off, except but to indicate an awakening? It's a symbol of opening your eyes, being in a new state. I got this randomly. I'm not doing research to try and find out what endings support my theory. You can watch your next movie and figure out how these elements show up, almost as if guaranteed. I don't even, again, this is a random YouTube find. Steel Magnolias, you say? Sorry to ruin it. We've got a woman giving birth to a baby. People frantically putting this symbol into another symbol and carting it away. Backwards. Everyone will be holding it, and I really don't know what this means. This surely was a questionable addition. Questionable addition to the group of clips. But it really dwells on the idea of the road. I thought maybe I would bring it up. It seems to underscore how important it is that the story carries off screen. We don't really see what happens, because those are the best kind of stories, the stories that seem to happen off screen. I think we as viewers need to accept the fact that the best movies and the best moments and the best stories happen off screen and are pretty much forbidden to the good story. You can only indicate, you can't really show. Again, it ends up on a body of water. Another Disney film, male and female embraced in unity. Two characters possibly getting on. You might as well say, here we go again. Seeing these two go at it. They've learned nothing. A magical awakening has no effect on these two. Here we go again. They're fighting again. A mother with a young child. No ending is complete without a young child. He says, this is important, he says, I hope I don't have to sleep in the cupboard again. He was once a cub. You don't know, the child doesn't have to sleep in the cupboard. The child is awake. I thought that was very interesting. It doesn't even need an answer. It's not even a real question. It's just saying this child is awake. We are in an awakened state. And it's as if to underscore the infinity. Oh, there's a flame. There's another flame underscoring transcendence. The story is permanent. Listen to the music. It's a tale as old as time. I mean, that's infinity, if I've ever seen it. The story continues on without us. That story is a much longer story than the story we saw.
And now I'm standing up.
This is weird. He's recognizing his love slave. She had been dressed as a queen, he didn't know who she was. They're embracing unity after an awakening. And this is a Paulo Pasolini film called Arabian Nights.
What a night. God has not created another like it.
What a night. God has not created another like it.
How sweet is the end.
How sweet is the end. Very much a viewer confrontation, decompressing us with the statement at the end. Very much like there will be blood. That's a perfect ending, actually. This is, you'll never see it. This is John Carpenter's first film called Dark Star. It features a character disappearing into space, into the heavens, who knows, but it makes for great storytelling. I don't know where he's gonna go. Who knows about that story? We have a character here who the whole film has been wanting to surf, talking about his surfboard, how he's never been able to surf since he's been up in space, imprisoned in space. And in this one final fleeting moment, he awakens. He awakens to this opportunity, and the subsequent ending taps into a lot. He's doomed. He's gonna die. We've got a lot of oceanic properties here, and of course the heavens. There's something very meta about the way this ending comes in. The end of Dark Star. We've got a lens flare, which is extremely popular for the end shots of films. They're all over the place at the ends of films, and only the final shots for some reason. End of Hercules, minor Disney effort, but they know the rules well. We've got an image of flight. We've got male and females joined in unity, awakening to the situation. We've got a very deliberate shot of the heavens at work for purposes of our main character. He's immortalized not only in the heavens, but also, as you'll see in a moment, we've got a tear, a kiss, all sorts of things that represent infinities. And of course, this image of the character captured in eternity. Terrific ending. A little bit woozy, but we've got a character having just killed another character in this picture, and he departs a staircase, enters a river, a stream with a very intense newfound knowledge. This is Apocalypse Now. I'm going to mention that because none of this will ruin your experience if you are to watch the film. He's pretty much, the movie doesn't say so, but he's nearly become someone else, and that someone else is a force that will last forever. I'm going to fast forward. It's a really slow-paced film. I think we've got his face with a helicopter, fire burning. I mean, these things were hand-picked to give us an impression of infinity. His face dissolving over an image of a statue, an eternal statue. Really questionable as to why you would choose it as an end if you weren't hoping to carry the story on forever and to suggest that this character is permanent. This story will continue. It's really profound stuff. And a lot of people have criticized my effort to depart from comics for the time being. But I've spent a lot of the time studying films and planning my next career move, which is into the realm of film. And I've undertaken work on a film that will, in its ending, combine all 7 endings. People, I mean, this might be, there might be a little bit of hubris in such a decision. But I've been working on a film, and I'm going to present, if I can, not possible. We're going to defy that. This is about impossibility, about breaking boundaries, about reaching for the heavens, and about awakening. What you're about to see is it's the ending of a film called The Egg Moon, God is Ill. And it's a film that I've been working on for a year now. It combines all 7 endings And at risk of sounding vain, I believe it to be one of the finer films I've seen. The Agony of Godzilla. I'll let it speak for itself. I won't go through it with you, but enjoy. This is a film by Beat Takeshi Kitano. He's a very good filmmaker. This right here. It's called Samurai on the Toilet. Features a squinting character perhaps more in a state of fervor, climaxing with the character, you know, in extreme fury, and a final shot of this character with a newfound sense of peace. The essential structure is similar to the structure of The Awakening, which we've discussed. This is an R. Crumb comic. He says, "Hey, listen everybody, I've just thought of something brilliant. Let's all stop playing ego games right now. Okay, no more games when I say go." And he takes a moment, waits for the games to stop, and says, "Wow, that was great. That was a great idea. Wasn't that a great idea? Oops." Viewer confrontation, spiking the camera as he awakes. I bring this up to illustrate the fact that comics and visual art, just as much as the motion picture, in the case of multiple frames, deal with the same concepts. Here we have Linus, I believe, in the very first Peanuts comic saying, "Oh, how I hate him," after 2 panels of talking very well about Charlie Brown. It's an awakening. End of a graphic novel by Frank Miller. End of a graphic novel drawn by Alex Ross. We've got a lens flare, no less, in the previous shot. And an image of eternity captured in a lens. That photograph ends the entire work. end of a Tintin comic, a very familiar image of the road, and a dog and a cat, if you want to look at that as a romantic relationship. Again, flip through a comic and you can find that these principles are very much present in comics as well. It's a little bit frightening, and it's frightening for me to realize that the PBF, the PBF comic, the comic strip that I